Russian recruits drafted and sent to the front line with little or no training are already dying in Ukraine just 3 weeks after Vladimir Putin started mobilizing them. The Moscow Times detailed the story of one of those draftees. He was a lawyer in St. Petersburg. He received a draft notice, went to the training center. Less than 2 weeks later, killed in combat. As Ukrainian troops continue to push forward with their successful counteroffensives, analysts say the deaths of ill-prepared draftees is sparking renewed criticism of the Kremlin at home. And Putin is now signaling an end to his unpopular mobilization. At a news conference today, Putin said the draft will be over in 2 weeks and that he has no plans for another one. He also made another significant comment. Putin said there was no need to continue mass missile strikes in Ukraine and that Russia is not looking to destroy the country. It comes after he unleashed a barrage of deadly missile attacks and drone strikes on civilian areas across Ukraine earlier this week. For analysis now, let's bring in Michael O'Hanlon, senior fellow at the Brookings Institution. Michael, thanks. Is Putin really softening his tone on the war, or is this just another of his bluffs?
You know, it's possible that he is changing. I'm not going to predict it. But the package that you just put together, the comments that he made today, that's uncharacteristic and I think new. I haven't heard anything like that in 8 months. Now, what does that really mean? You know, he's not going to give up the land that he currently holds in Ukraine without a further fight. President Zelensky of Ukraine is not going to let Russia have that land. I don't really see a peace plan emerging from this. And maybe Putin's just looking to be nice today so he can claim some Ukrainian provocation and then get all angry tomorrow. So I think I would be foolish to predict that this is somehow a softening of Putin. But nonetheless, the rhetoric's different. These are not words that we've heard before.
It does feel different. There's also some posturing happening in the Middle East, too. Saudi state media reporting late this afternoon that the kingdom is donating $400 million in humanitarian aid to Ukraine, after all of the criticism of siding with Russia by cutting oil production. So what's the objective of that move for the Saudis?
Well, I'm not too impressed. $400 million for a country that exports the amount of oil that Saudi Arabia does is a drop in the bucket. If it were going to be $4 billion, then we'd start talking, you know. So I see this as symbolic. I see this as the Saudis realizing that as angry as they want to be at Joe Biden or whoever, they're not going to make themselves look really good in the eyes of the rest of the world if they take Vladimir Putin's side on oil production, on energy price changes. So I think it's a symbolic move, and they're going to hope they get some good play out of it. I'm not going to give them any good play out of it. It's nothing compared to what they should be doing, and at best, it's a very tiny baby step forward.
Yeah, 4 weeks to the G20. We'll see if anything gets tied up before then. Michael, enjoy your weekend. We appreciate your expertise tonight.